So I decided to end the year with Smile, which was highly recommended to me. And I don't really get too many recommendations as far as horror movies go because I don't really mess with that genre of film. I don't find them really scary. They usually have mediocre acting and mediocre storytelling that is often inconsistent and doesn't make any sense. So given that it was highly recommended to me, I had high hopes for the film, but after watching it, it just feels like another cliche horror film. So in short, the movie is about a therapist whose patient claims to be haunted by this entity that takes the shape or form of whoever she may know and smiles at her in a grotesque and disconcerting way. And so she kills herself in front of the therapist, and then the therapist begins experiencing the same thing. So she spends the movie trying to figure out, where this all started and how to deal with it essentially. For a while, I thought it was going to be a deeper story because the main character, Rose, had witnessed her own mother take her life right in front of her. Or at least, I can't remember if it was right in front of her or if she took her life and then Rose walked in on her afterwards. But she was losing her mind. She was like crazy, and Rose was a witness to this, as well as her own sister. And her own sister claims that she witnessed the worst parts of it, and that's why she left her. So the whole situation is pretty traumatizing, especially for Rose, who's 10 years old. But I thought it would have dived a little deeper into that, which, I mean, I guess they did a little bit, but I don't think they ever explained whether or not it was connected to what was going on in the story, or if that's just there just to be there. So that part of the movie just kind of felt unresolved and pointless. I mean, let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I don't think they ever mentioned it having anything to do with the whole smiling thing. So if it's not connected, then why is it there? You don't need past childhood trauma in order to make this smiling entity scarier and more disturbing. Witnessing your own patient take their life in a bloody way right in front of you is traumatizing in itself. Like, you don't need something else to make that worse. It really wasn't deep at all. It was actually pretty predictable. I mean, not every aspect of the film was predictable, but I knew more or less how it was going to end, and I knew for a fact that something was going to happen to her loving fiance or her loving ex-boyfriend. And I was right, and I didn't really care for either of the characters, but the ex-boyfriend is such a simp. He's such a cliche horror movie simp that does whatever the woman he loves tells him to do. He doesn't stop for a second to say, you know what, I'm not moving an inch until you tell me everything that's going on, and then questions the validity of everything that she says. No, he just does whatever the hell she says. Hey, can you take me to a prison to talk to an inmate? A cop wouldn't do that. Can you log into your computer and check out all these files that I'm not even supposed to be looking at because I'm having a rough day? By the way, I'm not even going to tell you what's going on. And he does it anyway. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But like I said, horror movies have really mediocre storytelling, mediocre acting. It's often very inconsistent and doesn't make any sense. But the movie did a decent job in the first half. I think where they really screwed up is where they give the entity a voice and they gave it a face, because to me it was all a lot scarier when it was just in her head, because the mind is a very powerful thing. There have been plenty of times where I'm just minding my own business and I see something that isn't really there, or I hear something that isn't really there, and it could be because I'm thinking about it, it's in the back of my mind, I don't know, but it happens to everybody. We all have those moments. So it's a lot more relatable to see a main character just being haunted in their own mind and truly being convinced that there is something haunting them, that there's something right in front of them smiling at them. That is a lot more relatable than there's some supernatural entity that's just trying to take over and kill you. It's stupid. It also felt way too long to me. I think the movie could have been like 15 to 20 minutes shorter. I mean, the movie would have still been horrible either way, but at least it wouldn't have felt like such a drag. But yeah, let me know how you feel in the comment section, if you agree with me or if you have a different opinion. I know there's a lot of horror movie fans out there, so if you like the film, please let me know why in the comment section. Please hit that like button. It helps me a lot to push my content out there. Subscribe if you have not already, and I will catch you in the next video next year. So see you then. Bye bye.